And welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm going to be riding the Lyric Graffiti X, or Lyric Graffiti as you see it right there, not the X. This is the original Lyric Graffiti. So let's hop on and let's talk about e-bike speed, particularly e-bike laws in New York City. So if you're not aware about this, New York City and their mayor passed a new law that will go into effect in August, and here we are in July. This bill or new law was implemented in June to go into effect in August. I don't know the exact date in August that it takes effect, but it's basically putting a speed limit on your e-bike to 15 miles an hour. So what I wanted to talk about in this video is how in the heck are they going to police this when the bikes don't have any license or registration or anything. The only way I can see them policing it is by pulling you over one bike at a time. And I'm not sure what the fine amount is going to be or what the repercussions are. But 15 miles per hour, it's kind of funny because in New York City, cars, speed limit is 25. And you know, much more accidents happen with cars than they do with e-bikes. And like I say, good luck policing this, because most e-bikes now, basically almost all of them, very few that I know of go less, in US, go less than 20 miles an hour top speed, but there are some like the electric, original electric and the electric 2 trike. I'm gonna let this guy go by. They go top speed of about 14.8 miles an hour. Then I'm going to follow them. Anyway, but most bikes are going to go 20 miles an hour. That's class 2, you know, and or if they're class 3 bike, you can pedal up to 28 miles an hour. So it doesn't say your bike can only be 15 capable. It says you just can't ride it past 15 miles an hour. So we'll see how this goes over. I'm using my trusty regen braking right there. So if you live in New York City, maybe give us a shout here in the comments and let us know your thoughts on this. How are they going to police it in your opinion, and are you going to abide by the rule? For those of you that are in New York City, or are you just going to ride it just like you've always ridden and take your chances? I tried to do some digging to see just how they're going to implement this, but you know what? I couldn't come up with anything. So I don't know. It's a great question, and once we see the law going into effect, and I'm sure there'll be a honeymoon period where a little grace period where they'll give you just a warning. But after that, I believe anyway, after the few months though, we'll see what really starts to happen and how it goes over, and then we could see other cities in the future following suit. So let's say you're not in New York City, but you're somewhere else in the US, and this very same law makes it to your city. What are you going to do? Are you going to abide by that? Or are you just going to ride it as you do now? Kind of funny because cars can go 25, but the bike's 15. Wouldn't it be safer? Especially if there was no bike lane. I don't know how many bike lanes are in New York City. I've not been to New York City, but too bad the bikes couldn't just go the same speed as the cars. There'd probably be less accidents. 25, you know, that's just, I think that's what it was. So, personally, I don't like it. I don't make the laws though. In my world, the bikes would go just the same speed as the cars if it's that slow of a speed to begin with. And I'd like to see the statistics and how much difference this is going to make. Do they expect going at this speed as opposed to the previous speeds? You know, it's funny because when they do talk about accidents on, you know, with regard to e-bikes, whether it's the e-biker or a pedestrian or whomever, there's very few accidents, right? But yet they're the ones that stand out in a lot of people's minds, and they blow them up on the news and all that more than they do cars, because they happen so often on a car. I think they're far more rare on a bike, and so when it does happen though, it becomes a big blown up story. I really think there's just too many people out there that just despise e-bikes, never even been on an e-bike, don't know the first thing about e-bikes, but those are the ones that are making the laws for everyone on how to ride them. Maybe they at least need to get somebody in there who's familiar with riding an e-bike and you know, can give personal experience. Put some personal experience into the thought process before making a strict law like that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm gonna speed up. There's a guy right on my tail. I'm going to turn right here. The guy's it feels like the guy's following me. That's all right. Oh, I think he turned off. All right, I feel for New York City and the e-bikers there, I got to say that. So hopefully this doesn't spread to other cities, but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it does. And all I can say is yikes. Let's hope not. That's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to comment on this or any other videos that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. I'm going to get off and show you the bike one more time. There it is, in living color. So until next time, be safe everyone. and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.